and I have never made soap before. Most people think that bath bombs and soap go hand in hand, and they do, just not for me because I've never tried it before. Hi guys, and welcome back to another gift giving ideas video. If you're new here, my name is Katie and I am the owner and creator at the Huckleberry Nest. In this series, we're on video too, so it's a series. I am gonna, for the first time ever, attempt to make soap. I have my melt and pour soap base, so I went with a goat's milk for a few reasons. Number one, it has a lot of nourishing properties. It is great for sensitive skin, which we don't really struggle with sensitive skin over here. However, my oldest son has had eczema flare-ups in the past, like long ago. And I just felt like I wanted to go with a more natural option. So goat's milk, melt and pour soap base. And in today's video, I'm going to be using these neat little massage bar molds. So I'm gonna be using these molds that I got off of Amazon, and I will link in the description everything that I'm using today. We are going to put some dried lavender flowers as like a cute little detail on top. And I'm also going to be adding honey from a local farm, lavender essential oil, and some vitamin E oil and almond oil. My label got a little messed up. So that is what we are going to be making today, and I have never made soap before. Most people think that bath bombs and soap go hand in hand, and they do, just not for me because I've never tried it before. So we're gonna try it today. We're gonna see how it turns out, and my hope is that if it turns out acceptable, that I can gift this to some people for Christmas. So I cannot be alone when I say that I struggle sometimes with gift giving for people that are family friends that, you know, maybe have everything, or, you know, you want to gift something like kind of on the fly. That is my goal for this project. In last week's video, I did the DIY simple menthol shower steamer. So that, along with this soap, if it's acceptable, is going to go into some gifts for Christmas for a few people that I'm really, really excited about. Like, I'm excited about some of the gifts I've bought, but I'm actually really excited about the handmade gifts I'm doing this year. So if you would like to see this goat milk soap experiment, please come with me and let's get into it. Okay, so I am going to start by cutting this 1 pound block into small cubes. And once I get these cut into cubes, I don't know, probably about like 1/2 inch thick, I'm gonna put them in my microwave safe bowl. And I will pop those in the microwave for maybe 20-second intervals. And I have never messed with any kind of soap before, so I'm a little interested to see how this goes. But also, this actually has a really nice like smell to it already. So we'll see if I end up actually putting the lavender in it or not. All right, this is going to go in the microwave. Okay, so I'm about halfway through. There's still some pretty good lumps and chunks in there, so I'm going to throw this back in the microwave for probably another moment or so in 30-second intervals. Okay, so it looks like everything is melted. All in all, I think it took my microwave about 4 minutes total to get this melted all the way. All right, so next we're going to add in our honey. So my honey is from a local farm right down the road, but any honey will do. And I am going to add in about a tablespoon. And you'll want to be sure to stir that really, really well. Make sure you incorporate everything. So I'm going to stir this in until I feel like it's nice and incorporated. And then I am going to add my almond oil next. So I like almond oil. I use almond oil in my bath bombs because I feel like it has a nice smell to begin with. And also it's not, so the smell's not too overpowering, but then also it has a lot of like moisturizing properties. So I really like it for that. Obviously, if you are concerned about like tree nut allergies, you would not want to use almond oil, but it is what I am using today. So for this, I'm also gonna do about a tablespoon. And if you'd prefer to measure in grams, you can totally do that. That is typically how I would measure for like making bath bombs or anything else for that matter. But for this, I really want these to be easy to follow DIY recipes. So that is why I am going with measuring spoons, because I know everyone has those lying around. So I do want to put out there, everything I am adding to this soap base is optional. You do not have to follow this to a T. If you want to use a different oil, or you don't want to put honey, or you don't want to do essential oil, or you want to go with a different essential oil, knock yourself out. I am just using these because one, I had all this stuff on hand, and two, I feel like it is just gonna be a nice soap recipe to follow. But please don't feel obligated to follow this to a T. It is a loose guideline of what you can do. Next, I'm going to add a few drops of vitamin E oil. So I have this little like almost sampler size one that I keep up in our cabinet up here, but you can buy them in much larger jars than this. So I'm gonna do about 10 drops. And I'm running low. So I think that was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can look up all of the wonderful things about vitamin E, but it is just truly great for your skin, which is why I'm also adding it to this. And then I am going to do about half of a teaspoon of lavender essential oil. This is the lavender, and if you have the dropper bottle, half of a teaspoon is about 50 drops of essential oil. So that's all I'm gonna be adding into this today. Nothing too crazy. Just enough to give that very faint lavender scent. Okay, I feel good about the mixing I've got going on here. So now I am going to move over to adding some lavender buds. So these are the molds that I got off of Amazon. They were about $22, I think, for these two, but they have so many options, so many options. So you do not have to get these, it is just one of the options. So I'm going to be taking these lavender flowers. They are an organic lavender bud. And again, you do not have to buy this big of a bag. I did because I use lavender for other things. And I'm just going to sprinkle them into the soap mold. And this is a massage bar style soap mold, so they will kind of drop down in those little things. And honestly, I might not have melted enough to do 8. We'll see what happens. Okay. So the lavender is in there. It might be kind of hard to see, but it is down in there. And we'll start with this one and see how far we get. Something else you can do is you can add colorant. I'm not going to, I'm trying to keep this relatively natural, but knock your heart out if you want to add colorant. Oh, moment of truth. I'm a little nervous. All right. And I feel like the lavender buds maybe will kind of bubble to the top or like be dispersed throughout, which I kind of like actually. Okay, so I'm definitely not gonna have enough to do all 8 of these. I think it's gonna be perfect for the 4 that I have right here. Just going to top off these down here because I didn't put quite as much in there. Oopsie. And something that may happen is you may have little air pockets that form. So I'm just taking a spray bottle and going to hit them, I'm trying to find where my little stopper is, and hit them with a little bit of alcohol. And that should help the air bubbles evaporate off. And it looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna leave this and come back in about an hour and see where we're at. We're back. It looks good. I hope it turned out okay. So yeah, let's unmold the soap. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You can see the lavender kind of bubble to the top, but that's okay. Yeah, well, let's get into it. I have my paper towel here that I will set them on as I unmold them. Oh my gosh, that popped out so easily. Okay, well, I hope it doesn't I don't want to rip any of my cool little knobs off. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the lavender definitely did not stay in here, but it bubbled to the top. That's okay though. I mean, it feels so good. So good. It's like so soft. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. So that is what the first one looks like. I am like shocked how easy this is to unmold too. Well, that one had some kind of stay in the... Okay. This is the lineup. Not too bad. All right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a great time making it, and you guys got to watch me do something that I've never done before. So please have confidence when you are DIYing Christmas, because like I said in my last video, I'm gonna say it in this one and I'll say it in the future, it is not about what you spend, it's about the thought behind the gift. So please go forward, craft with confidence. You guys can do this. I did it and I've never touched soap before in my life, so you can definitely do it. I am going to tell you what I spent on everything, and so you guys, and I will link everything in the description below so you guys can grab what I used, or you can poke around and find something that you like better. So the soap molds, so these little massage bar style soap molds, there were 2 in the pack and they were $13. So $13 for the 2 molds, really great deal in my opinion. And I mean, like, this is gonna feel like great, like scrubbing your body down. So that's why I went with those. There are tons though. There are the regular squares, there are circles, there are hearts, there's so many options. Next, the Melt and Pour soap base. So it was 2 pounds. This is a goat soap base. You can get a shea butter base. There are so many options, but I went with the goat soap for reasons I explained in the beginning of the video, and that was $23. So a little on the pricey side. There were more affordable options, but ingredient wise, I liked this one the best. Next up is the lavender essential oil that I used. So this is Majestic Pure Cosmeceuticals. It is a 100% natural therapeutic grade lavender essential oil, and it is about $18 a bottle. So I will link this one in the description. If you don't need this much lavender, you can find a perfectly good one for probably $7 to $10, depending on the quality. They get more expensive than that, but if you're looking for just like a middle of the road one, you're probably looking at about like $10. My lavender flowers that I put in here for this bag, it is a 4-ounce bag. This was, I think, about $17, $18. I will link in the description. It's a lot of lavender, okay? It's only 4 ounces, but it is a lot of lavender. You may not need this much. If not, you could probably just get a little baggie. And this is also totally optional. I did it because I needed lavender, and I thought it would be a nice touch, just to have the little like lavender buds in there. Not required. My honey is from the Phipps Bee Farm down the road from me. So this, I think I paid about $10 for a jar. Any honey will do. And then I have this 100% pure vitamin E oil that is getting all over my hands. This is just a 1 fluid ounce bottle that I actually got forever ago. And I put this in my sugar scrubs. I put this in my aftershave. I put this in my beard balm. I put this in everything. I just got a new bottle of this that is downstairs with all my supplies. I keep this one in the cabinet up here for if I'm just whipping something up real quick, throw a few drops in there. And I did about 10 drops of this. I don't recall how much this was, but I will find either this or something similar and link it below. And then my almond oil. This is a 64 ounce bottle. You probably don't need this much if you're just making this DIY project, but I will link in the description how much the almond oil is and where you can find it. I typically go to Amazon for all of these things, and since they do have fast shipping, if you want to do this for a Christmas present and you're trying to get something done quick, Amazon's the way to go. But I do believe places like, if you have a Hobby Lobby, I do believe they have similar supplies. Like I said, I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's much easier for me to get something delivered than it is for me to take the 45 minutes it will take to drive to the nearest town, like bigger town, and pick up some of these things. I'm just a little lazy and trying to conserve gas, so I let Amazon come to me. And then real quick, I wanted to show you guys kind of what my plan is for Christmas for a few people. So if you get this for Christmas, act surprised. So one thing you can do is thrift a basket. I am wrapping presents obviously this year, but I am big time going to like Goodwill and getting thrifted baskets, because how cute is it to receive a gift in a basket, okay? Like a gift bag's cool, but what about a basket? So I'm going to be taking baskets like this. I've picked up a few different kinds here recently, but I am going to be taking a basket like this and filling it with homemade goods. So the soap will be one of them. Some folks will be getting the steamers actually that I made in the last video, and then I will be doing a few canned goods. So I have those right here to show you. This is a cranberry juice that I canned a few days ago, actually. I can leave a link to a recipe that I like to use for canned cranberry juice. So simple and will far surpass any cranberry juice you get in the store. I'm not even kidding. So I canned about 10 jars of cranberry juice. So I will be gifting that and put a little tag on it. You can see the tag with some twine saying to let it sit for about 4 weeks before you crack it open, and the date it was made. So I'll be putting that in my jar or in my basket. I'm also doing a margarita mix. So I like to get down with a beverage every now and then. So I found this recipe from a page on Instagram called Barefoot Mimosas. Love her content. She's a big canner and churns out some wonderful recipes. So I did this lime margarita mix. I will link to her page where you can find this, but same thing, tag of the date it was made, what it is, and directions, I guess. Basically pair with some tequila, Grand Marnier, and get after it. So I'm going to be putting these in the, putting these in the basket and hopefully setting up, I might have to find a bigger basket, and then propping a few other goods in the basket and gifting them like that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was useful for you and you found all the value in it and you are going to do this. And if you do, please tag me. I want to see your projects. This is the year for handmade Christmas, guys, okay? Like, we're doing it, we're really doing it. And I hope that if you get to making some of these things, that you put a humongous smile on someone's face by gifting them these. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, check out my other DIY Christmas gift videos. And also in my last video, I paired up with my sister at Home with Madi. Check out her videos because she is also doing a bunch of DIY Christmas stuff. So you can check that out and get some more good ideas. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.